welcome to Sinister Studies. Join me each episode as I delve into some truly sinister topics and traumatize my family. I'll be joined by one or more teenager, and from time to time, we'll have special guests. Be forewarned, our stories are seriously sinister, so listener discretion is always advised. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
Hi.
I do have to say that I'm really happy when this seasonal candy season is over.
Why? What do you mean?
Because seasonal candy runs from like September through April because, you know, all of the holidays have ridiculous tiny packaged delicious candies such as Reese's,
But the Chicks
pumpkins, and all that. But yes, I have Chicks, Ducks, and Bunnies right now. I love them. They're my favorite. However, it's time for the seasonal candy to end.
Why?
Because I really enjoy seasonal candy. I really only eat candy during.
So you're like, guys, stop making seasonal candy. I can't eat it all.
And this is relevant because this will come out the day after Easter. So.
Oh, will it?
It will.
Okay. Hey, April
Fools.
Happy April Fools.
Happy April Fools.
It's not a prank.
Yes, yesterday was Easter. So happy Easter to all those people who celebrate that. Also, it was a full moon, so if you were a lichen, I hope you had a great evening. Just took you a second to get that. This one's about to turn into a werewolf.
I will. Don't test me. Don't test me. Pippa, if I was a werewolf, would you like frolic around and play with me? Would we hang out? Would we be doggy friends?
You probably would be.
Anyway, so happy April Fools, I suppose.
So the last few episodes were pretty gnarly. So to break things up, I've decided to do a mini-series on various things that intrigue me. And my current obsession is cryptids, or are cryptids. Cryptozoology is the study of unknown animals.
Cryptozoology. Oh, it's like a one.
Every state has their own little cryptid.
Multiple, probably.
How do I decide where to start?
A
is where I started. Exactly. So we're going to do them alphabetically by state.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Is there a state that starts with, like, does every letter of the alphabet have a state?
No.
Well, not Z, or like Y. What letters of the alphabet do? Fuck.
You know, you can look up a list of states by alphabetical order. Did you know you could do that?
States by alphabetical. Well, yeah, but I was trying to do it a different way, but now that I think about it. There's no B's? A, C, D, F, G, H, A, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, V, W. Now I know my ABs.
Anyhow. So we're going to start alphabetically. And number 1 on our list of states with cryptids is Alabama.
Alabama. Sweet home Alabama.
Keep Google on so you can look up these pictures as I tell you the names.
Okay? Well, I could very easily open it again, so it's fine. We'll chill.
So Alabama's cryptid is called the White Fang.
The White Fang?
Nope. Fang.
The White...
Thang.
The White Fang?
The White Fang.
There's a lot of white fangs there.
Not that kind of white fang.
White... The white... What's it called? The White...
Fang.
Fang. Is it like a...
So...
Is it... That looks like a cross between a Yeti and a... What's Bigfoot?
So
why does it look like that? It looks like a what is it called? Like primitive human.
So
you know,
it does.
A white fang
is often spotted in northern Alabama, and descriptions will vary. It is either a huge bipedal, hairy, approximately 8 foot tall with glowing red eyes.
With glowing red eyes. They
Glowing
always
red eyes.
have glowing
They do.
red eyes.
Or
It's
the
like,
cat is at the top of the curtain rod right now.
yeah.
Or the white thing is a white lion or kangaroo.
A kangaroo?
With a cat's head. So it's a kangaroo with a cat's head. So if you imagine a big jacked kangaroo with a cat's head.
In Alabama?
In Alabama.
Okay. I find that hard to believe.
It is possibly shape-shifting.
Oh.
All reports say that it's fast and agile and is extremely frightening. Can either run on all fours or on 2 legs. It does make noise. It screams like a woman and smells vile.
Wait, what?
So it screams like a terrified woman.
Screams like a woman.
Screams
and
like a woman.
Smells just so bad.
Yes.
Okay. Cute.
Speculations as to what the white thing is possibly a genetic mutation of a wild animal, or maybe aliens, or maybe it is native guardian spirit. The first reports of the white thing date back to the 1940s.
White thing. I love how you keep saying thing with the accent.
Because it's the white thing.
The white thing.
So our next state is Alaska.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
They have multiple cryptids. The first one is being the Iliamna lake monster, otherwise known as Illy.
Illy. Okay, that's cute.
It lives in Iliamna Lake.
Wow, really?
Which is the largest lake in Alaska. It is
that 5 times fast.
Approximately 77 miles long and 22 miles wide.
77 miles? Like so, the lake or the creature?
Lake. The lake.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something. What the hell? What the fuck?
It's located in southeastern Alaska, right above the peninsula. It is in a remote area. It is described as a fish-like creature, which is 10 to 30 feet long.
Oh.
With a squarish head.
A square head? What the f... Okay, do you want me to Google this thing? Because I'm confused. Wait, how do you spell that? Illy...
Please hold.
Huh? What am I holding?
Well, these are actually just pictures. Oh, here.
Iliamna.
This drawing's amazing. You need to look at this one. That can't be it. Yeah, so this, it could be this. So,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, so the Google, everybody Google the Iliamna Lake Monster, because some of these pictures are amazing. It's either a cross between a seal, a shark, and a bear, or a big shark and maybe a whale. We're not sure.
Yeah, pictures are... it's just odd.
So it's a fish-like creature. It is often compared to sharks, whales, and orca. They're dark in color, and it may or may not travel in pods.
Okay, well that means nothing. It may or may not.
It may or may not travel in pods.
Okay, so we have no fucking clue.
No fucking clue.
Great.
It can be aggressive to people in boats, which lead me to believe maybe it's an orca because, as we all know, they are sick of our shit.
Have you heard about that one orca that keeps teaching the young orcas to attack?
You have to teach your young how you want them to behave in the future.
Gotta start them early.
And this orca family is really taking that to heart.
I think they were orcas. I don't know.
Orcas are definitely sick of our shit.
She's got a name too.
Orca. Legends of Illy. Hundreds of years to...
The White Gladys.
The White Gladys.
Researchers believe that a female orca called the White Gladys is seeking revenge after being traumatized by a collision with a boat or being trapped in illegal fishing nets.
Good for her.
Her attacks are now being copied by the rest of the nearby killer whale population. Okay, so they're killer whales.
Killer whales are orcas.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw the picture. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Everybody give it up for the white Gladys.
So, it dates back hundreds of years to the native peoples of Alaska. I'm not going to defile the native languages by attempting to pronounce the names that they have for this. But it translates into either fish god or big fish. Modern sightings started in the 40s when bush pilots described seeing giant fish in the lake. Also, reports by locals, fishermen, tourists, and researchers. Some of their sightings include in 1963, a biologist reported a 25 to 30 foot fish, which he saw from the air. The fish never surfaced. In 1977, a biologist reported several large fish that looked like sharks. Zoe, what are you chewing on?
That's a good question. Zoe, where the fuck did that come from?
Dad must have busted out some Starburst jelly beans.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So, in 19, a resident saw a large black fish with a stripe down the fin. In 2017, village residents saw a creature located offshore, which they said was about 50 to 60 feet long, blue like a whale, and traveled in a pod. There are obviously theories about where this cryptid comes from. It could be a giant white sturgeon. Sturgeon are fish, which can be up to 20 feet.
Damn, that's crazy. Sebastian.
They have square heads.
Snubbing me.
They have square heads and bony areas that resemble shark fins.
Hold up. But they're not white, were they? Or like light? I assume white sturgeons are lighter.
I would assume that, yes.
Yeah, they are. They're like a light gray. I thought that they were the other ones were like dark.
Those are artist interpretations.
Okay. The white sturgeon is kind of cute though. Like, I pet it.
So sturgeon are native to North America.
Damn, they're big. Damn! Look at this picture of one in a fucking lake.
Yeah, they're massive. There's no evidence that sturgeon live in Lake Iliamna.
Anyway.
So sturgeon are native to North America, but there's no evidence that they exist in the lake. Another option could be it's a prehistoric monster that survived extinction. Unfortunately, no fossils have ever been found of this type of creature in Alaska. This could possibly either be a plesiosaurus or a megalodon, depending on who you ask.
I thought
the last option would be that it's a spirit or god that haunts the lake. This one is obviously based on the native legends of the area.
If I were a god, I would not be inhabiting a lake. Full time inhabiting a lake.
It is a really big lake, though.
I mean, if that's their thing. If they like swimming around, hanging out with like fishes and shit. Fish. The plural of fish is fish. I mean, if you like hanging out with fish, I suppose. But you know what? If I had eternal life, that is not how I spend all of it. Maybe this is like a new thing, though. Maybe it's just something that's, decided to pick up for like 1,000 years or something, and then it's just gonna be like, okay, I've had enough water. Because you can do that when you're immortal.
I guess you could.
It's just going through a phase right now.
The next Alaskan cryptid is, and I'm going to butcher this, Tizherk, Tizheruk, which means long-tailed one in Inuit.
Does it have a long tail?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it does. It lives in the Bering Sea. It is a large serpent-like animal with a tail and flippers. Have a big tail. Nobody can see me doing that. It's amazing. This animal is feared by local Inuit people. It's said to be able to snatch people off the pier. Just comes right up, takes off with them.
Damn.
It possibly has supernatural powers and is said to cause misfortune to the people of the area. It possibly is shape-shifting, maybe has the ability to make itself invisible. The first recorded sighting in modern times was in 19 rose 7 to 8 feet out of the water with a snake-like head. Local Coast Guard say they were local Coast Guard says that they're real and people have been killed by it. Possible origins of this cryptid are another prehistoric monster that likely lived approximately 40 million years ago. It possibly is related to dolphins and whales, but it has a more flexible spine. Or it could be an unknown pinniped, similar to a leopard seal, which is an aggressive species with a long body, a thin, squarish head. The species could have adapted to really cold water. This cryptid could also be a giant worm or caterpillar, as some describe it, with long body segments and rings.
Like, that's weird.
Like one of those fucking creatures from Holes or something. I don't know.
Ugh. I saw the ugliest fucking bug. It was like one of them fuzzy caterpillars, and it was fat. It was like this long. It was in our driveway. It was like this long, and it was fat, and it was fuzzy, and it was disgusting.
If you see one in the yard, get it out of the yard.
Why?
They're not good for the dogs to eat.
Why? Well, are they like poisonous or something?
Poisonous, yeah.
Damn! Don't eat the caterpillars. You hear that?
The last of the Alaskan cryptids is the Cadborosaurus, otherwise known as Caddy.
Caddy? I was going to be like Caddy.
It is named after Cadboro Bay, where it lives. The first recorded sighting was in 1933 by a fisherman who described a 30-foot creature with a long neck and a horse-like head with a mane and small flippers.
That's crazy.
And it also had a large split tail, and it was shiny bluish-green in color. So it was a creature.
That's a creature, yeah.
One sighting of Caddy was by a guy paddling out to grab his duck that he'd shot. About 10 feet away from his boat, 2 coils came out of the sea. The coils reached a height of at least 6 feet, gradually sinking under again when the head appeared. So the head of the animal was that of a horse. It did not have ears or nostrils, though.
That's perturbing.
The eyes were in front of his head, which was also flat like a horse.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Yeah, it does kind of sound weird. The guy said that whatever this was stole his duck. And he was less than pleased.
It stole his duck?
It stole the duck that he had shot.
Damn.
It took the prize, but didn't want to do any of the work.
See, and that's what the problem with the today's generation is.
Ding, ding, ding. No, I can't. The possibilities for Caddy's origins are sea lions, because they do form groups, and when they're swimming along, they look like one large animal. They also have horse-like heads. It could be a basking shark, which is a large fish that grows up to 40 feet long, and their bodies have dorsal fins. It could be a carfish, which can grow up to 56 feet long. It's brightly colored, and it is reflective. It also has crest-like fins. And lastly, we have the plesiosaurus. Fossils of a plesiosaurus match Caddy's description, but there is no evidence of their continued survival.
Where are all these prehistoric fucking creatures in Alaska?
Oh, they're not just in Alaska.
Yeah, but why are there so many out there?
Alaska's a big, wild place.
I know, but like...
Next up, we have Arizona. They have the Mogollon monster. That's not even right. Did I write it? So the Mogollon monster is another bipedal creature who is approximately 7 feet tall with red eyes dark fur, and is super stinky.
Why are they always fucking disgusting?
Because they live out in the woods. I don't know.
I know, but
yeah, other I'm sure, I know bears are kind of stinky, but this is described as excessively vile.
Like, what's the word? It starts with like pungent. What?
That is a word for it. Pungent. Yes. Nobody has anything good to say about the smells of these creatures.
Clearly not. Nobody's like, it smells like flowers and roses and
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Fresh dew on grass.
The Mongolian monster is a nocturnal creature. It is said to be an omnivore and very territorial. Its footprints measure about 22 inches long.
That's crazy.
And it makes strange whistling noises and womanly screams.
Why are they always making womanly screams?
Because a woman's voice is more high-pitched than a man's voice, so it's more terrified sounding of it. How often do you hear men scream? Like in the movies. When they're running through the woods from an axe murderer or a wild animal. How often do the men scream?
Not a whole lot, actually.
Right? It's always the women that are screaming.
More men screaming in cinema.
This cryptid builds nests, throws rocks at people, and decapitates deer.
Oh. Throws rocks at people? Like
throws rocks at people. Just bangs them in the head.
Like Pearl from the Scarlet Letter. It's just like little 3-year-old Pearl tossing rocks at other kids.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that she threw rocks at birds and and animals and shit? And she only started feeling bad when she was significantly older. She did that for years.
And then she moved it onto people and didn't feel so bad about it.
No, she did both. At the same time.
I mean, I would not feel bad about throwing rocks at people, generally speaking.
The Scarlet Letter was crazy. Did you read the Scarlet Letter?
It's been a very long time. Yes, I have.
Did you like it?
It was something.
It was something.
I mean, I liked it as much as I could at the time. I was probably about your age when I read it.
As much as I could. I like it. I liked reading it.
I read a lot, though. So, well, you read a lot, too.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean? Huh?
You're a child? I don't know.
So
most sightings of the Mongolian monster are in the Ponderosa pine forests. The first reported sighting was in 1903. It was seen near Grand Canyon, had long white hair and a matted beard.
And a
matted beard.
Okay.
It also had talon-like hands and was drinking the blood of cougars.
Drinking the blood of cougars?
I know, it just keeps escalating.
Was it huh? Was it just... I'm so confused. Okay. Sure, it was drinking the blood of cougars.
I don't know why. Another sighting described it as a large monster man with deep-set eyes and with massive arms and chest. It's probably with wolf man, just lives in the woods, comes out. I don't know why he'd be drinking the blood of the cougars, though.
Yeah. I didn't know cougars... Wait, where's this again?
Arizona.
There are cougars in Arizona?
Yeah.
I don't know where I thought cougars lived. I just didn't think they lived, in the United States. I don't know why.
They live all over.
I didn't know that. I never thought that hard about it.
I'm glad you have never had to think hard about a cougar coming for you.
I've never seen one.
We have a bobcat.
Are bobcats cougars?
No, they're not. They're different animals.
Are they like close though? Is that why you
Yeah,
mentioned
I
it?
think so. Well, because it's just such a random friggin' thing. It says, bobcats and cougars, also known as mountain lions, differ in size, coloration, and tail length. Bobcats are much smaller than cougars, weighing 10 to 40 pounds compared to a cougar's 70 pounds and up. Bobcats also have a bobbed tail, hence the name, and cougars have a long tail that can be 2 to 3.5 feet long.
Okay, educational.
So we have a bobcat. And next up is Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. We really have to say Arkansas.
It's because it's French.
Because it's French.
Yeah, Arkansas. Like, it's silent. Because it originates from French. Because there were French colonizers in the area.
So Arkansas has the Boggy Creek Monster.
The Boggy Creek Monster.
Yes. It is actually, that's the thing. Well,
That's-
it has the Fouke Monster, Fouke.
That's a goofy name, I'm sorry.
Otherwise
Both
known
of them.
as the Boggy Creek Monster.
The Boggy Creek Monster. Like, really? You could never come up with anything better.
It lives near Arkansas. Arkansas. It is very similar to a Sasquatch. Another bipedal, large, hairy, 7-ish feet tall. Reports say it's between 250 and 800 pounds, which seems like a really large swing to me.
Yeah, that's...
It has very dark fur, an ape-like face, and another distinct odor that is described along the lines of a wet dog or skunk.
Wet dog or skunk? Do they smell similar?
I would rather smell wet dog than skunk.
Have you smelled both?
Yes, I have. We have dogs, and I've smelled skunks. Boggy Creek Monster also has the red glowing eyes. It screams and howls.
They're always making fucking noises, man.
The first modern day sighting was in 1908.
The first modern day? What does that mean?
Like modern recorded history.
Okay, but why is it like... I don't get
Because
it.
if somebody in the 1600s said,
What,
I saw this fantastical creature.
They just get like institutionalized or something?
I mean, yeah, but or they'll probably just get burned at the stake. But
Yeah.
they're not gonna broadcast it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you're a crazy psycho bitch. But in like whatever fucking terms they'd use for that back in the fucking 1600s or whatever.
After that first initial sighting, there were a ton more, all of them describing a hairy man-like hairy man-like animal.
A hairy man-like area?
Hairy? No, we don't want that. A hairy man-like animal. It looks like a man, but it's not a man. It is usually seen in the woods.
If it was a man, we wouldn't be talking about it. So.
True. In 1971, 3 people reported they saw a 7-foot-tall hairy creature around their house, and it stuck its hand in the window to get to them.
It stuck its hand in the fucking window?
It tried to get in their house through the window.
That's ridiculous.
Later, they'd find scratches on the side of the house and 3-toed tracks in the yard. This inspired a movie, The Legend of Boggy Creek. They do have an annual Boggy Creek Festival.
I think it's kind of ridiculous how the creek is named Boggy Creek.
Like you said.
They're just like, yeah, this creek, it's awfully boggy.
Let's call it Boggy Creek. With Arkansas done, we are going to move on to California.
Arizona, Alaska, Arkansas, California. Yeah.
What?
Did I skip something?
I've never heard this song.
You've never heard the 50 Cent song?
No, I have not.
I don't know if we can play this, so...
Yeah, well, let's not, because I don't want to be stuck with copyright infringements.
I'm going to have to cut this, but... 50 states song. You know, actually, I don't know.
You're just making it up.
No, I swear to God, it's real. Okay, whatever. We can look at this later.
So on to California. California has Tahoe Jessie.
Tahoe Jessie?
Tahoe Tessie.
Oh, I thought you said Jessie. Did you say Jessie?
Tahoe Tessie.
Tahoe Tessie. Love that.
Tahoe Tessie lives in Lake Tahoe.
Really? Wait, in California? I thought Lake Tahoe was somewhere else.
It borders multiple states.
Oh.
Lake Tahoe is North America's largest alpine lake.
What does alpine mean?
An alpine lake is a lake that's over, I think, 10,000 feet over sea level.
Oh. See, we're not learning this shit in environmental because we're fucking learning the 4 spheres of the earth, which I think it's kind of goofy how they call it that because, like, the earth is one big sphere. Like, you look at the earth, how many spheres do you see? You see one.
I don't know what to tell you about
Call
that.
them something else.
Tessie's history dates back to the Native American Washoe and Paiute tribes. Both have stories of water babies, which are powerful spirits. Tahoe Tessie is a large snake or eel-like creature with humps and fins. It is 10 to 80 feet long. Most sightings are near cave and rock formations in the southeastern side of the lake. There is some speculation that there may be some underwater tunnels in this area. Obviously, a lot of these large lakes are unexplored. There's only so much you can do as a human and all that. In 1897 was the first modern-day sighting. It was 14 feet with a wide head and black eyes. It was snake-like and crushing trees in its wake.
Crushing trees in its wake.
Yes,
that's crazy.
It was 14 feet wide. The head had black eyes. Yes, it was 14 feet wide. 14 feet wide.
Wide. That's wild.
Snake-like, wide head, black eyes.
Well, clearly it has a wide head. The whole of it is wide.
Crushing trees in its wake. Just sledding. The theory is that Tessie is a prehistoric monster that survived by adapting to the cold and very deep waters of Lake Tahoe.
Prehistoric.
Scientists have actually tried to investigate, but they have found no conclusive evidence of any unknown species. There's some speculation that it's maybe misidentified otters, muskrats.
How do you misidentify an otter that much?
I mean, there's some pretty big otters out there.
You're just like, and this otter was
not 14 feet, but
14. Yeah, this otter was 14 feet wide, and it was fucking tearing down trees in its wake. Oh, he's like...
He's putting himself to sleep. He's enjoying listening. He's listening to story time over there.
Bedtime stories, bedtime stories for slow sep.
But like most aquatic exploration, there's only so much of Lake Tahoe that's been explored. It is very deep, very large, very cold.
Yeah.
So the next California cryptid, I need you to look it up.
Do I now?
Because I looked it up and I laughed so hard that Dad got involved.
Uh-huh.
And I showed Dad. This is the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Oh, Fresno. You told me this one. You told me about this guy. They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were too long. Have you heard that? As soon as I said it, I was like, she's not going to get this.
I do not know.
So today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thighs, calves, all the way.
I really encourage everybody to look up a picture of this cryptid because it's fucking amazing. It is a humanoid-shaped cryptid. It is seen in the Fresno, Yosemite areas. Apparently, it's also been seen in Poland and Ohio.
In Poland? That's weird. That's strange. Poland or Ohio? That's peculiar.
It's very short.
I like Poland.
About 1.5 meters tall. And it's pretty much all legs. It's got a very small body and head. They're usually described as white or gray. And it has webbing between the knees. It is described as a walking pair of pants.
That's pretty accurate. Wait, it's in Poland and Ohio? Have you heard the Poland song?
No, what is with you and these weird ass songs?
You've seen the videos where they're like where they take like random pictures or whatever, and they try to make it into the Poland flag. You haven't? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna send you these videos, and they all have this song that's like,
I cannot wait to watch all these videos.
I love Poland. I love Poland. I was driving by my car, and the road is not so one down my country. It's my love my country. When I got to Poland, I saw my car was stolen.
Oh.
Hey. That's fucking ridiculous. That's insane.
The Fresno nightcrawler was first reported in 2007. It was caught on Jose's home security camera.
Jose?
Jose.
Who's Jose?
Jose caught it on his security camera.
Okay.
He called the local news instead of the police.
You know what? That's fair. I call the fucking news too.
And they played the shit out of this. He apparently saw these things multiple times. So our possibilities here are that it's CGI. Maybe it's alien. Maybe it's a new funky species. Another bipedal primate that we are not aware of that just goes to Fresno, Poland, and Ohio.
It's kind of crazy though. Like, why just legs? That seems awfully like inefficient. Like, that doesn't seem like it's conducive to survival. Like, how are you gonna hunt shit? Do they just like bend down and eat the fucking grass off the ground? Like,
it could also be a deer that's standing on its hind legs.
They don't look like that.
Maybe a puppet.
A puppet?
There's also the option that it's a bird, like a crane. But
they don't look like that.
Cranes have skinny ass legs.
Yeah.
These literally look like somebody is wearing white pants over their head, walking around, but they're real short.
Just like have it pulled up under their eyes.
Yes, is a person on stilts.
Person on stilts.
I find that to be the most absurd one out of the bunch. Out of all of these options.
Like a person on stilts?
No, I mean, the nightcrawler itself is the most absurd thing I have ever seen.
No, because, like, how does that even happen? Like, a species evolves to just...
And Jose finds it on his
Jose
camera?
Fucking Jose. Jose, if you're out there...
Hit us up.
Yeah. You can tell us your secrets or not.
So, up next in our alphabetical list of states is Colorado. Colorado has the Slide Rock Bolter.
Slide Rock? Is that like the name of a mountain or something?
Oh, it's just weird. It's a weird. So it was first reported by lumberjacks in the 1800s.
Lumberjacks, okay.
It is described as a whale-like with a massive head, small eyes, and tons of sharp teeth. It has a tail with hooks that allow it to cling to the top of mountains.
That's strange. Wait, what? Is it an aquatic? No.
It's another one. You just gotta look it up.
But it's being described like it's like an aquatic animal, but it was discovered by lumberjacks and it climbs mountains?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay, wait, what's it called?
The slide rock bolter.
The slide rock bolter. There's a song.
We're not going to listen to the song.
I know.
I don't care what the song is. We're not going to listen to it.
Oh, this thing's fucking hideous.
Right? So
oh, Jesus Christ.
It slides down the mountain slopes,
Oh,
eating groups of people as it goes.
All right, here's a picture of it doing exactly that.
Yes, and destroys everything in its path.
Cute.
One legend says a park ranger tried to stop it by planting a dummy filled with explosives. The creature leveled a huge area, including half of a nearby town. The slide rock bolter has been blamed for avalanches and rock slides in the area. The most likely scenario here is that it's a tall tale that old lumberjacks made up to scare the new youngins.
I mean, yeah, people do that.
Because assuming this giant creature does live on the mountain, it doesn't have any legs, so how does it get back up the mountain?
No, that's a good question. But then also, how did it destroy a whole town and then nobody fucking saw it?
Yeah. So our next in our tour of alphabetical United States is Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connecticut has melon heads.
Melon heads?
They're located in southwestern Connecticut.
Do I Google this one?
Sure. They're small humanoids with bulbous heads. They can also be found in Ohio and Michigan.
Oh, again with Ohio. It's a piece of plastic. That's a piece of plastic.
The legends of the melon heads differ by geographical location, so we're just going to talk about Connecticut. The thoughts on the melon heads.
What the fuck is that thing?
Are that...
I'm sorry, they're ugly.
The melon heads are descendants of a family that had been accused of witchcraft and then were banished from civilization. So these melon heads survived by inbreeding, and this is the result.
So it's just like a crazy fucking genetic mutation because they kept having sex with their siblings?
That's vile.
That's okay.
The other option.
So what was there inbreeding in Ohio too?
We're just talking about Connecticut right now. I'm sure we'll get to melon heads, Ohio. Another possible origin story for the melon heads.
I'm sorry, they're ugly.
Is that they are escaped mental patients that became feral and maybe cannibalistic.
Wait, but people don't look like that. I don't care how crazy they are. They don't look like that usually.
Not usually. The legends are probably closer to banished due to witchcraft, because then that would use the basic fear and prejudice of the times to scare people. The last option could be a group of people with hydrocephalus.
What the fuck is hydrocephalus?
Swelling of the melon. Like literal, like your head gets giant.
Okay.
Next we have Delaware. So
why? Anyway.
Delaware has the Zuanadale merman. So the Zuanadale merman was first sighted in 1632 by Dutch settlers. It was swimming offshore. Sightings were mostly made by people on the beach. In 2000, a kayaker claimed to see one also offshore. And there's actually two of these.
What do you mean there's two of them?
One currently is in the Zuanadale Museum, and it is a monkey's head sewn onto a fish's body.
Is it? I don't think that's... What do you mean? Is it real? What do you mean?
It's like bad taxidermy. It's... they literally sewed a monkey's head onto a fish body.
It's just like an approximation of what it would look like?
I don't know why somebody thought to do this. It seems like a terrible idea.
Aren't you on a bad taxidermy Facebook page?
I am. There's some amazing things on there. The other is at Discover Sea Shipwreck Museum.
So
the face on this reminds me of Beetlejuice.
You mean the face on it reminds you of
in Beetlejuice, when they go to the waiting room in the afterlife?
Yeah, wait.
There's the shrunken head man.
Yeah.
That's the one it reminds me of.
Okay.
There's really no lore as to where this thing came from, other than your basic mermaid tales. And we have now reached Florida. Florida has the skunk ape.
The what?
The skunk ape.
The skunk ape.
Do you want to take a wild guess at what this is?
The skunk ape.
The skunk ape. The skunk ape is yet another bipedal, hairy, stinky, ape-like being.
I think the point is that Bigfoot is real.
See, I told her that. Out of all the things, I truly believe that there is a possibility that something like that lives out there that we just haven't come across.
I mean, if basically every state has a Bigfoot.
It's possible. I mean, if, say, in New England, they said that there's a Bigfoot in, the Boston, New York, Connecticut area, that might be a stretch. It's highly populated. But we're talking...
I mean, if you're in the fucking sticks, Bigfoot might be there with you.
Maybe? You never know. I'm actually surprised that Alaska didn't have a Bigfoot or Yeti. Because my money would be
Alaska doesn't have a Yeti?
No, Yeti was not listed as a...
Where do Yetis live then?
North of the Arctic Circle, I believe. So,
really?
The skunk ape is...
Alaska Yetis. Bitch. Alaska Yetis. Are there really no Yetis in Alaska? There's never been a confirmed sighting in Alaska.
There you go.
I'd argue that there aren't confirmed sightings for most of these, but...
So the skunk ape is probably a cousin to Bigfoot. Stories go back to the native tribes, the Seminole and Muskogee. I apologize. Both tribes had a name for it that translated into either tall man or hairy man. The legend of the skunk ape gained traction in the 60s and 70s when sightings and footprints were found in the area. It is also called the swamp ape or the Florida Bigfoot. Most notably, in 1977, a woman mailed pics of an ape-like creature to the sheriff's office. She didn't bring him down there. She mailed them.
I was going to say, she fucking mailed them.
Which had been, this thing had been visiting her backyard and picking apples from her trees.
Okay, well, maybe it just likes apples. Why is that her business?
I don't know. It smelled like a skunk on steroids.
Okay. It smelled like a skunk on steroids?
Skunk on steroids.
If anybody ever said, if anybody said that to, a person, you smell like a skunk on steroids, I don't think they'd ever recover. I think they just have to die at that point.
This cryptid is, again, 6 to 7 feet tall. The females are 5 to 6 feet tall and approximately 250 pounds. They have a dark hair, which is in need of brushing. That was very specific. They're omnivores, nocturnal, and eyewitnesses have provided photos, video, footprint evidence, and hair samples. This creature has never been conclusively verified by scientists who dispute that one could even survive in Florida. They've also never DNA tested any of the samples that they've produced.
You think they'd do that? Also, I mean, it does seem kind of weird that it would be in Florida, though. Bigfoot in Florida.
Unbeliever, Dave Shealy. You have your own box of chicks, ducks, and bunnies, sir.
That's what I just said. Oh, come on.
So, one believer, Dave Shealy, founded skunk ape duck. After seeing it, he became obsessed with it as a child. After he saw it, he wrote a field guide on this animal. He established the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters, and he is a self-proclaimed expert on the skunk ape. In 2000, he reportedly recorded one during the day from hundreds of feet away in a swamp, claiming it bolted away from him at about 22 miles an hour. Dude didn't have a speed gun. I don't know how he estimated 22 miles an hour. He claims that the lack of evidence is from the fact that things decompose really quickly in the swamp, and it is protected land out there, so it's not like you can go digging around. In 1997, a busload of people all saw the swamp ape. Reportedly, the swamp apes really enjoy lima beans. Don't know how they figured that out. So the
Wait, says who though?
I don't know. They're feeding them lima beans. So Skunk Ape Research Headquarters, they have a campground, so you could go camping in prime skunk ape territory. Maybe we go down to skunk ape territory. Who knows?
Oh, hell no. That's Florida.
They do have animal encounters at their establishment and a gift shop.
Well, yeah, this is tourism. You got a cryptid, you sell it.
And number 10 and last for today, we have Georgia. And this is the Altamaha. Probably not saying that right. AKA Alti. It reportedly lives in the Altamaha River and the attached streams. It's described as a large sea serpent or possibly a giant fish. Maybe it's croc-like. Legend goes back to Native American culture. The Muskegee Creek tribe named it. It means big water.
That water do be big.
Tales of a giant serpent-like creatures go back to the 1830s. There are a number of sightings. People describe it, again, as a sturgeon-like body with a bony ridge on top and flippers and no back limbs. Alti swims like a dolphin, and it's either gray or green. It's 20 to 30 feet long, but reports say some are larger and some are smaller. You can see Alti trolling the river, basking on the shore, and getting aggressive with boaters. In 1969, bros were fishing and reportedly seeing it. They thought it was a sturgeon, but decided it wasn't because of how large it was. But as we've learned, sturgeon are really large.
Yeah, those things be big.
It was 10 to 12 feet long, had the snout of a gator, a horizontal tail, and sharp, pointy teeth. Reports continue into the two. Some people say that they've seen a giant eel-like animal. The possible origins or possible alternatives to Alti are an alligator gar, which is a long fish with a gator-like head and sharp teeth. It lives in brackish to fresh water. It could be a sturgeon. Sturgeon are large fish with a bony ridge. It lives in fresh water but spawns in salt water. The other options are sharks and dolphins.
I don't think dolphins look like that. I hate dolphins.
Why do you hate dolphins?
Because they're weird. They're gross.
Why are they gross?
They do like a crazy amount of like sexual assault on like
they're one of the few animals in the animal kingdom that have sex for fun.
Their own species, humans, they're young. It's crazy. I hate them. That's so weird. Dolphins are fucked up, man.
You look so traumatized right now. So that is our first episode of Cryptids for some levity in the gnarly shit that we talked about.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about dolphins. Like, at least we have systems in place to prevent the shit from happening or punish that.
They don't. Dolphins encourage sexual assault.
They get off scot-fucking free. That's traumatizing.
My guess is that you're never going to go swimming with the dolphins.
I'm spreading my anti-dolphin agenda right now. I hate them.
So we're going to have 5 of these segments. They are going to be spread out.
All 50 states.
So if we haven't touched on your state, don't worry.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So again, happy Easter. Hopefully the Easter candy is all gone.
For your sake.
For my sake. And the sake of others. And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Email us.
sinisterstudiespod@gmail.com.
Whatever the hell you're on, maybe follow us, subscribe, whatever it is on that platform. And also rate us on the aforementioned platform. Give us a good rating, pretty please. I'm asking so nicely.
And for the love of God, don't swim with the dolphins.
Don't. Adios.